Everyone knows that SpongeBob's quality decreased after the first movie, and it's because of the original creator leaving. But that doesn't mean there aren't good episodes, because everything I'm talking about today is actually worth watching. Keep in mind this list is completely my opinion, so it won't be the exact same as yours. With all that being said, let's get on with the list. Number 10 is Squidward in Clarinet Land. The first half of this episode wasn't the best since not much happened, but the second half was awesome. It was basically where Squidward lost his clarinet in a locker, so he journeyed into this locker and went on an acid trip basically. The visuals in this episode were nice, and it was just a breath of fresh air since the show hasn't really done this concept much. There were a few moments that were legitimately creepy, but overall it was an episode worth watching. Number 9 is Not Normal. It's hard to describe why I like this episode because it's such a weird plot. SpongeBob tries to become like the average person and becomes too normal. Maybe this episode is just relatable because it shows how the people of society try to be like everyone else, so nobody stands out from the crowd. Also, this episode spawned the meme of SpongeBob saying, "Hi, how are ya?" So that's a plus.
I never thought I'd hear myself say this, but please come in, SpongeBob.
Back to the Past is my 8th favorite post-movie SpongeBob episode. This episode probably isn't on everyone's list, but I personally love time travel stories. SpongeBob and Patrick traveled through time and messed up the timeline with Man Ray ruling the world. It was also nice that this episode was extended by a few minutes so more of the story could be told. Now of course this isn't as good as SB129, but it was still a nice plot, and seeing how time travel plays out in the episode was an interesting idea.
Oh, take this! Oh, I'll never let you win. Oh, yes, I will.
Number 7 is Planet of the Jellyfish. A bunch of evil jellyfish capture characters and turn into them to fool the rest of Bikini Bottom. This episode feels like one of those old horror movies where everyone turns into zombies, so that was nice. Also, the ending battle with the giant jellyfish was cool, not really what you usually see in SpongeBob. Planet of the Jellyfish was an episode that had a massive scale, but it was handled well in its short 11 minutes, and it was actually pretty entertaining.
Okay.
For number 6, I chose a pretty memorable episode from season 5, Krabs A La Mode. This episode had a pretty unique concept where Plankton messes with the thermostat to turn the Krusty Krab into an ice drink that hockey players eventually use. Another great part of Krabs A La Mode is the ending, when Plankton keeps changing the temperature to melt the ice but then freeze Mr. Krabs, and it was a unique idea. Now we're getting to, in my opinion, some of the most memorable episodes of post-movie SpongeBob. Number 5 is Skill Crane, an episode where Mr. Krabs gets a claw machine for more money and then Squidward has trouble winning it. There was a classic situation where SpongeBob can effortlessly win stuffed animals while Squidward wastes so much time and keeps failing. This felt like an old episode concept because everything about it was done so well and there were more than a few funny moments. Also, that ending scene with SpongeBob trying to save Squidward was nice.
You keep playing until you win. What's this?
The deed to my house.
Okie dokie then. Carry on.
Number 4 is Bulletin Board. It's a very recent episode, and it probably isn't what you expect from this list. Mr. Krabs puts a bulletin board in the Krusty Krab so people can put up anything they want. Eventually there's a random person posting things and saying negative stuff about everyone else, and this closely resembles a troll. I feel like this episode was trying to parallel internet humor and how anybody could just go around and make fun of others, and it was a really good concept.
One of your eyes is too big.
Close your mouth when you eat.
Roller Cowards is my number 3 spot. This also felt like a pre-movie episode because of the amazing plot, and to be honest, it's better than many episodes in the first 3 seasons. SpongeBob and Patrick are scared to ride a roller coaster, so they go through a ton of worrying and then eventually ride it. This episode is relatable to a ton of people who are afraid of some roller coasters, and the setting of an amusement park is awesome. Roller Cowards was funny, relatable, and definitely worth watching for anybody who's ever had fear of riding a roller coaster.
You know, this is the line for the bathroom.
We've gone 8 times.
And I went 3 times all by myself. I'm going to walk away now.
Bye.
Krusty Towers is my second favorite post-movie SpongeBob episode. This one was so good that I feel like the idea was created when Steven Hillenburg was still working on the show. It's where the Krusty Krab is turned into a hotel, and there are a ton of funny moments. Patrick carrying a suitcase full of rocks was really good. And let's not forget the plaque of "We shall never deny a guest even the most ridiculous request." This resulted in a ton of memorable moments.
Hello?
SpongeBob!
No good, Mr. Krabs.
Allow me, boy.
Great!
Before we go to my number one pick, here's a few honorable mentions that are good episodes but didn't make it onto the list. Enchanted Tiki Dreams, Sand Castles in the Sand, Dungeons and Dragons, Gone, and Sing a Song of Patrick. And my number one post-movie SpongeBob episode is... Mermaid Pants. It's a very recent episode where SpongeBob and Patrick take on the roles of Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, and then they go through Bikini Bottom fighting crime. This didn't really feel like a pre-movie episode, but it was still amazing. There were a bunch of funny jokes that were hits instead of misses, and the meta humor was pretty good. It was especially funny at the end when the narrator of the episode says he should really find another job.
Tune in next time for more mind-rotting adventures. I've really got to find another job. I wonder if it's too late to go back to college radio.
In my opinion, Mermaid Pants had everything that a modern SpongeBob episode should have. You might have agreed with some of my list, but you probably also disagreed with it. Let me know your favorites in the comments below. Anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Be sure to give a thumbs up and comment below to let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.